What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Fragment design collaboration with Nike on the Dunk High in the Beijing colorway. This pair dropped on June 5th for $150 US or 190 Canadian. The official colorway for this shoe is wine, black, and white, and this is sort of a retro take on the original pair that released back in 2010, which is part of a 3-shoe Fragment city pack, which consisted of a Beijing pair, a New York City pair, and a London pair as well. So the one major difference between the OG release and this one is that for the originals, the left foot and the right foot were kind of done in mismatching inverted fashion, whereas for this year's release, they're done in symmetrical fashion instead. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. They give us that slightly more exclusive black box with Nike written on top in this glossy finish. As for the shoes, so the upper of the sneaker is entirely constructed out of leather. On the toe box, this is covered in this wine-colored leather, which is sort of like a dark purple. And we have the perforated look, which is common across all your dunks. Surrounding the outer edge, we have this smooth black leather, and this black leather runs up and covers the eyelets of the shoe as well. Beneath this on the quarter panel, this is covered in more of that wine-colored leather, and then stitched on top of this we have this black leather swoosh. The side flaps or wings are again done in that black colored leather, and this leather wraps around the bottom of the back heel as well, and then debossed on the lateral side of the back heel, we have Fragment's iconic double lightning bolt logo, which is done in this white finish. Above this is covered in more of that smooth purple or wine leather, and we have this small leather pull tab in the center. For the laces, so these only come with one pair of laces and they're a flat black colored lace. Underneath this we have your standard black colored nylon tongue, and at the top we have this tag which has Nike branding done in a combination of black and wine. For the insoles, these come with your standard foam insole and it's lined in this black finish, and we have the Fragment design logo stamped on the heel in purple. So the upper of the dunk sits atop this solid white colored midsole. Printed onto the midsole on the lateral side only, we have a combination of numbers and words. So we have the style code, which is DJ0382, Summer 2021, Men's Basketball, 376, which I'm not exactly sure what that represents, and then we have Nike Dunk High F Fragment Design. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have our classic dunk outsole. So in this case, this is entirely constructed out of this black colored rubber. We have the circular traction pattern on the forefoot, along with Nike branding right in the center. So for those wondering how these fit, to me these fit like most of my other dunks, so I'd recommend sticking true to size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me pretty much perfectly. So whatever size you normally wear for Nike dunks, I just stick with that same size for this one. Next up, in terms of comfort, so not too much needs to be said. The Dunk is a retro sneaker with pretty much zero tech within it, so it's not going to be the softest and the most cushioned shoe out there. It is going to feel pretty flat and pretty low to the ground and stable, so for just a casual use sneaker, it's going to be okay, but I wouldn't necessarily call it that comfortable. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, I'm sure this is the part all of you guys are waiting for, and unfortunately, Nike continues giving us poor quality leather on the Dunks this year. I was hoping that this one being a little bit more special, being a Fragment dunk, that they would have given us a bit more of a premium finish, but unfortunately the leather is pretty much just as bad as your normal Nike sportswear dunks. So again, it just has this really hard plastic and synthetic feel in hand, and if you run your fingers across it, it just doesn't feel like actual normal leather. And from a craftsmanship standpoint, I was a little bit disappointed as well. There were noticeable stains of glue throughout the entire shoe, and the side flaps on my left foot, they didn't lay flat against the body of the shoe. So as a result, when you lace them up, they kind of protrude outwards, which I guess in the grand scheme of things is pretty minor, but it was something small that really bugged me. With all that being said now, let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Honestly, if this was not associated with Fragment in any way, I think a lot more people out there would be passing on these than they are right now. Still, if you are just a legitimate fan of Fragment design and Nike collaborations, the good thing is the resale price on this pair isn't going for too much over retail, and especially given that this is a collaboration with Fragment, it's a lot lower than I would have expected. I think if the quality was even just average, it would have made my decision to keep this much more easier. But again, Nike just continues giving us really poor quality leather, and there's really no good reason for me to really keep these in the collection. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Fragment and Nike Dunk High in the Beijing colorway. Honestly, between this one, the New York, and the London colorways, this one would have been my favorite. I still think it's pretty wearable, and it's a shoe that would look really nice in the fall, but I'm just trying to be a little bit more choosy and selective, and with the quality being so poor, I don't really think I can justify keeping it. If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and hopefully it helped you in your decision on whether you want to grab these or not. And until next time, I'll catch you guys all in the next review.